Are you a dirty little physical media hoarder? Well, we're going to answer that question today. So let's get into it. In today's physical media news topic video, we talk about all the different classifications for physical media collectors and find out which one you are today. And then, of course, we get into a massive rant on why movie hoarding needs to stop if you are a dirty little hoarder. And then, of course, we talk about the future of collecting. How do you improve your collecting habits to maximize your movie watching in the future? So let's dive into this. But first, you love collecting physical media just like me, whether it's Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, VHS, you are in the right spot, my mega collecting friend. Go ahead and mega blockbuster that like and subscribe, and then put in the comments below what kind of collector you are. And let's get into it. Blockbustering into the three classifications of movie collector. First up, we're going to have the casual movie collecting fan that's just walking around Walmart one of these days, and hey, they walk past the movie aisle, they see a DVD 4-pack for $5, and they say, ooh, I'm going to pick that up. That looks kind of cool, and it's super cheap. They don't care about Blu-rays, they don't care about 4Ks, they don't have a massive collection, but hey, when they're getting other stuff at the store, once again, a cheap DVD might catch their eye. That's why Walmart sells so many of these DVDs, because you do have those casual movie fans out there. Once again, once in a while, they enjoy watching a movie, but they're not overly passionate about movies. They're not overly seeking movies, but they will pick up a movie when it's pretty convenient. So that's the casual movie fan. And we absolutely need those people because they are driving those physical media sales out there in the retail spaces. And if we want to see physical media in those retail stores, we need the casual collecting fans there. So thank goodness for them. But let's move on to the next second classification here. We're going to have the movie collecting enthusiast, somebody who's more passionate about movies and who is actively seeking movies. So they might actually just go to Walmart with the main priority being to pick up a movie. But they're not picking up everything day one. They're not getting the fanciest boutique labels out there necessarily or everything 4K steelbook, but they do know the difference in a DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K, and they will pick up their favorites in the better quality. And once again, they're not trying to pick up everything day one, pay top dollar for everything. They really just want to get their favorites into their collection. They want to get something that's going to match their personality and taste, a movie they're going to rewatch multiple times because they know how important the shelf space is and they just are limited on what they're going to get. But once again, they're going to wait till things get discounted and just try to get their favorites. They're going to get stuff that they consider, 4 or 5 stars, maybe a few 3 stars in there for them, but really something that's going to show, hey, this is my personality, this is my taste in movies, these are my absolute favorites that I'm going to rewatch over and over again, and that is pretty darn cool. So that's a collecting movie enthusiast that's really more intentional about what they are collecting and is definitely passionate about movies. So that's what I'd probably consider myself because I'm not getting everything day one here. You guys know I wait for the sales and deals, and I'm really trying to get the stuff now that I think I'm really going to enjoy and watch multiple times. All right, let's get to the third classification. You knew this was coming up, people, and this is going to be the collecting movie hoarder. Yes, they are pretty much collecting just about everything out there. They are picking up everything day one. They are super concerned with FOMO, fear of missing out. They don't want to miss out on a limited edition steelbook or slipcover. They see, alternatives for slipcovers and steelbooks, and they just need to grab everything. And so they're just going after everything. It doesn't matter, 4K, boutique labels, limited edition, steelbooks. They just want everything in their collection because they don't want to miss out on anything. They are a collecting movie hoarder. Once again, there is no problem with being a collecting movie hoarder. I mean, they're doing a great job supporting the physical media collecting industry. So we need all these classifications to exist, and it helps make collecting thrive for everybody. So no knock against a movie collecting hoarder. That is perfectly fine. If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. Simple as that. Collect how you want to collect. That's what I always say at the end of the day. But once again, they're getting everything, brand new Blu-ray Tuesday. They're paying top dollar for everything. They don't want to miss out on anything, especially those limited editions. Oh my gosh, they just want everything. So they pretty much have every genre in their collection, every kind of boutique label. I mean, they just got everything, it feels like. And now maybe they're missing a few things, of course. It's tough to get literally everything. But once again, they're just getting more and more and more constantly, all the time. So we call that a movie collecting hoarder. once again, no problem if that is that classification for you. But there we go. Those are a few classifications. Now we get into a massive rant on why I think less people should be movie collecting hoarders. So let's get to it. So now it's time for a massive rant. So you dirty movie little hoarders, let's talk about, are you the ones causing the problem in the collecting movie industry? Well, not initially. Okay, it's perfectly fine if you love collecting that many movies. No knock on you. Once again, we need all these classifications there because we need all the collectors we can get. So you're definitely supporting the physical media collecting industry. That is absolutely awesome. So the only times I would say be concerned about it is if you feel like your collection is just kind of overtaking you and you're getting some negative side effects from it. If you're feeling that anxiety, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm collecting so many movies and I'm not barely watching any of them, then maybe that's a problem, right? If it's just kind of building up in your living space and you're just not really getting the enjoyment out of it anymore, then that would be an area of concern. Also, if you're going into debt over it, you're not really sticking to a budget and it's just, hurting you financially or other people around you, then yeah, then I would be concerned at that point, of course. But if you can afford it, you are enjoying the collecting hoarding process, then no knock on that. You got to do how you want to do. They collect how you want to collect, spend how you want to spend. Heck, it's your money. You do what you want with it. As simple as that. So, is it a massive issue to have collecting hoarders out there? Once again, not necessarily so. And once again, it keeps physical media collecting alive because then these studios, these boutique labels, they're going to keep making these titles because they know they can sell them. So that is awesome. We want physical media to live. We want it to thrive. That is definitely very important on this channel, of course, because we're so passionate about movies here. Now let's talk about the future of collecting and give some tips out there for better collecting habits that you might actually benefit from. Now, this isn't, of course, a one-to-one kind of ratio where everybody should do the exact same thing because everybody's circumstances are different out there. So these are just general tips and strategies that have helped me over the collecting years, and maybe they will help you as well. So definitely, I love being a collecting movie enthusiast now, where I'm really going after the titles that I think will be my absolute favorites and that I will rewatch multiple times. So that's what I like doing personally. And so what should I have done in the beginning? It's definitely not blind bought as much. I should have looked at these movies, maybe preview them beforehand in some way. Streaming is good for like previewing stuff. And then if I really like it, then I can buy it on physical media, of course, because then I know, hey, it's going to be my favorite. I can rewatch it definitely multiple times. So I would have definitely blind bought less. That is 100% for sure. Because I blind bought some titles where I'm like, oh, I watched them one time. I really don't want to rewatch these again. Why the heck did I buy this? So yeah, definitely some buyer's remorse there for sure, 100%. So I wish I would have been even more kind of narrowed down into my favorites and really go with, okay, I know what kind of movies I like. Even if somebody else says, hey, this is one of their favorite movies, I got to think about it. Hey, does their taste match my taste? Is this something I'm actually going to really, really like and rewatch multiple times? But like I said, preview it on streaming if you can before you actually buy the physical edition of it, right? Just preview it. Blind buying, I know it can be awesome because you can get like a hidden gem. You're like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Now it is my favorite. But I don't think there's, any harm in previewing something beforehand and then deciding if you want to actually buy it because you're going to rewatch it multiple times anyway if it is one of your favorites. So I'd say less blind buying for sure. Knowing what your tastes and preferences are, knowing where to get recommendations that are going to match your tastes and preferences, and really be more selective on, hey, these are my absolute favorites. This is the shelf space I have available. That's how I'm going to build this collection. I'm not just going to buy everything. I'm going to find out, hey, these are the boutique labels I really like. These are the kind of genres I really like within these boutique labels, and then really kind of focus on those, right? You got to narrow kind of down your collecting selection. And I feel like I've gotten way better at that over the collecting years. And so now I definitely don't buy everything day one or anything like that. I wait for deals and sales too. And I kind of look at it. I'm like, okay, this is a movie that I think, is really good value off of the price. And I think I'm mostly going to like this one. And then boom, I'll get it. But I really look at the price to what the value will be, that kind of ratio in my mind. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a title I think I'm going to enjoy. And now it's at that price I'm willing to pay. Really doing more of that and being more, kind of critical thinking on my physical media pickups than ever before. So that means, hey, yeah, I'm going to collect less, but guess what? I'm going to get the titles I really absolutely enjoy and that I'm going to get more out of instead of buying, hey, here's a $45 still book of a movie, 4K. I've never seen it before. Hopefully I like it, but if I watch it one time and I'm like, man, I don't want to watch this again, dang, I just wasted all that money. I don't want to be about that life. So like I said, I've really just kind of focused in on now what am I going to actually enjoy? What am I going to rewatch? What do I have the space for? And I still make mistakes. Absolutely. Every collector is still going to make mistakes. There's still sometimes I'm like, oh man, why did I buy that? So I feel like I am improving on how I'm collecting. But once again, nobody is perfect at collecting. Once again, things change all the time. Circumstances change. Preferences for movies change. I mean, so it's always kind of just altering as you go through your collecting lifestyle. But I think those are some tips and strategies there. And, decide how you want to collect and proceed forward and just kind of check in. You can change it as you go throughout your collecting journey. That's the great thing about being a collector. You don't have to be stuck in one way or the other. But there we go. Those are just some general tips that I felt have helped me as of recent. But you guys let me know in the comments below. First, what kind of collector are you? How would you classify yourself? Are you a casual movie collecting fan? Are you a collecting movie enthusiast? Or are you a collecting movie hoarder? And why would you classify yourself as that way? And then what are some tips and strategies you have used for your own collecting journey that has really helped you out? Let's share those physical media collecting stories down below. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and mega blockbust that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell because this does help get information and entertainment on physical media and movie watching out to more people. And we want to help physical media thrive in 2025. So long live physical media, my friends. Of course, have a great day watching and talking the movies in your collection. Of course, you love this physical media topic. Another way to really help the channel. Click and watch another video all the way through right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.